Hi, boys. So I am ready for our first math lesson together today. I have my daughter Julia with me. Julia, you want to say hi?
Hi, guys.
Julia is going to be a student for me today. She's going to work alongside with you. Before we begin, I just want to review a few expectations with you. Number one, that you have a nice workplace ready to go. It could be a kitchen table, a desk, your bedroom floor, somewhere that is clutter-free and distraction-free so you can stay focused, okay? Number two is that you have a device charged and ready to go. So if it's a laptop or if it is a tablet, make sure it's charged so it doesn't go dead halfway through our lesson. And number three, you have your materials ready. Since this is a math lesson, you will need your green workbook and you will need a sharpened pencil and eraser. So those are the things that you need for us to begin our lesson. So if you want to get those things ready, and we are going to begin our lesson today with lesson 29, which is where we left off about a month ago. So, today may be a little bit tricky if you forgot how to do some of this stuff. Just bear with me and stay focused and participate.
Yeah.
And hopefully within the next couple of sessions, you'll catch on and it'll start coming back to you, okay? So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to open our green workbooks to page
69.
Page 69.
Lesson 29.
So if you could open to page 69.
Lesson 29.
And it looks like this.
Yep.
Okay, and we are going to be on part one. So for part one, we have some number families, and only the first family here has a big number. So we are going to say the addition fact for the first family. So remember, when we say the addition fact, we add the two small numbers together to equal the big number. So we would read this as 3 plus 3 equals 6. Good. For the next number, for the next family, notice that the big number is missing. So you would need to work this to figure out what the big number is. You would be adding 4 plus 3 to figure out the big number. So I'll give you a minute to work that out. So if you start at 4 and you add on 3 more, the big number is what? 7. So now what is your addition fact? 4 plus 3 equals 7. Good. Next problem. Your two small numbers are 5 and 3. I'll give you a minute to figure that out.
5.
So if you start at 5 and you add on 3 more,
Equals
your big number is
8.
8. Say the addition fact. 5
plus
3 equals 8. Next number family.
6.
6 and 3 are your small numbers. I'll give you a minute to figure it out. Say the addition fact, everyone.
6 plus 3 equals 9.
Good. Now we're going to go back and say the subtraction facts that go back on the arrow. So the first subtraction fact is 6 minus 3 equals 3. The next one, 7 minus 3 equals 4. The next one, 8 minus 3 equals 5. And the last one, 9 minus 3 equals 6. Okay, so for the next part, if you look at my screen up here, you'll see that we have some place value facts here. And we are going to first start off with the simple place value facts, like we've been working on all year. And then we'll review how you can create the new place value fact for the number. So let's do the simple place value fact first. What is our number? Our number is 85. So everyone, what would be the simple place value fact for 85? So starting with the tens. 80 plus 5 equals 85. And then now for the new place value fact, remember, you take away the 10 from the tens column and you add the 10 to the ones column. So what is 80 take away 10? 70.
70.
And so if you took away the 10 and you added the 10 here, what is 5 plus 10? 15. So your new place value fact would be 70 plus 15 equals 85. And now looking in your workbook, so if you could look at part 2 in your workbook, we are going to do some practice with writing down the simple place value fact and then the new place value fact. So touch A. What number? 23. Write the simple place value fact for 23.
20 plus 3 equals 23.
Thank you, Julia. And now we are going to write the new place value fact for 23. So remember, take away the 10 from the tens column and add the 10 to the ones column. So what does 20 take away 10? 10. And what is 3 plus 10?
Plus 13 equals 23.
Julia, I wasn't ready for that yet. Okay, if you added the 10 to the 3, that would give you 13. And your new place value fact would be 10 plus 13 equals 23. All right, everyone write the simple place value fact for 76. I'll give you a minute. I'll give you a minute. Everyone, what is the simple place value fact for 76? 70 plus 6 equals 76. And then everyone write down the new place value fact for 76. And what is the new place value fact for 76? 60 plus 16 equals 76. Good job. And if you look at part 3 in your workbook, you'll see that we're working on some number families. Okay, and everyone touch problem A in your book. And it says R is 20 more than P. R is 88. What number is P? So we're going to start in that top sentence. And remember, our first step is to circle the number that tells how many more or less. So everyone circle the number in that first sentence that tells how many more or less. What number did you circle? 20. Good. And so 20 then becomes the first small number that you write on your arrow. Write 20 as your first small number. Then reread the sentence without the circled number. It says R is more than P. If R is more, is R the small number or the big number? R is the big number, good. And so P is the small number. So check it. This is what you should have written down. Here was our first small number. R is more, and so P is less. And so now you have a number and 2 letters. Can you solve the problem with only one number?
No.
No. So we need to figure out one of these 2 numbers. So if you read the next sentence in our story, it says R is 88. So we're going to replace which number? R. And we're going to replace that with 88. So cross that out and replace it. And now you have 2 numbers and you can work it. And you need to figure out if you're adding or subtracting. So if we're solving for the small number, we are subtracting. Right, when we subtract, we start with the big number. So everyone in your blue space, write down your problem that you're going to work. 88 minus 20. Go ahead and pause the video while you work it. And go ahead and work it. Okay. And 88 minus 20, you should have gotten 68 for that one.
Yes.
Good job. Okay, everyone touch B. I'm going to read the story. J is 32 more than M. M is 55. What number is J? First step, is to circle the small number, or I'm sorry, to circle the number that tells how many more or less. Which number tells how many more or less in that sentence? If you said 32, good job. 32 is the first small number that you're going to write on your arrow. So write 32 on your arrow. And then we'll reread the sentence without the 32. And it says J is more. If J is more, is it the small number or the big number?
Big.
The big number. So then the small number is, what is the small number then? If J is the big number, then M is the small number. And so, whoops, don't want to give you the answer yet. All right. And so now you have your numbers, right? And now you can solve for your missing number. So what is missing now? Oh, wait a minute. Can you solve? You can't solve. You need to replace either M or J, don't you? Which one are you going to replace? Look, let's look back at the story, and it says M is 55. So M is the number that you are going to cross out and replace. Okay? You're going to replace M with 55. And now you'll notice that you need to solve for J, which is the big number. If you're solving for the big number, are you adding or subtracting? Adding, good. So go ahead and write down your problem in the column. You should have 32 plus 55. Go ahead and pause the video and work that out. And press play when you know the answer.
Play.
Okay, and you should have 87 for that answer.
Yeah.
One last problem, problem C. Everyone touch problem C. Listen. K is 30 less than T. T is 75. What number is K? First, circle the small number that tells how many more or less. What number did you circle? 30, good. And then read it without the circled number. It says K is less. So is K the small number or the big number? The small number. So if K is less, then what's the big number? T. Okay. Next, you are going to either replace the K or the T. Let's read the next sentence. It says T is 75. So you are going to cross out the T and replace it with 75, right? And so are you solving for the big number or the small number? You're solving for the small number. Are you adding or subtracting? You're subtracting. What problem are you subtracting? You should be subtracting 75 minus 30. Go ahead and push pause and work that out. Press play when you're ready. Okay, so you should have worked out 75 minus 30, and the answer is 45. Okay, we are going to go ahead and end here for today. So at this time, if you still want to continue doing more math, you could check out one of the links I have attached on your menu, on your math menu, and we will pick up on the rest of lesson 29 next time. Have a good day, boys.